Coming up on First at 4, police are looking for a woman that disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Plus, one Asian country's population goes down for the first time in 60 years.
And more showers back in the forecast tonight and tomorrow on the latest timing and whether or not we can see any thunderstorms coming up as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Pikeville police officers are asking the public's help to find a woman who's been missing since early this month. Chastity Sowers was last seen in Pikeville on January 7th, leaving an apartment at the Pike Villa area with a man she met online. Now, more than 1 week later, with no word from her since that day and no cell phone activity since January 10th, officers are pushing people to be on the lookout.
Her picture is out there now. That's the most recent picture ever. If somebody's seen her at one of these filling stations or service stations or truck stops, to call the authorities there and let us know so we can kind of get this lady back to her family and friends.
Officers say her disappearance is suspicious and they are working to get as much information as possible. We'll have more about the investigation coming up tonight at 6. Kentucky is one of 3 states that will vote for a governor this year, and some political insiders expect Kentucky's race to be the most competitive. So what can voters expect in this year's governor's race? Experts believe many political attacks on current Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is a good bet. Despite being a Democrat in a state with a large population of Republicans, Beshear's approval rating is high. A recent survey showed Beshear as the most popular Democratic governor in the United States. It reports 60% of Kentucky voters approve of his job performance, but that does not mean an easy victory.
Governor Beshear is a Democrat running with an electorate that is in the habit of voting Republican. It's pretty hard to pull down a popular incumbent without going negative, at least to some degree.
Dr. Stephen Voss says voters are likely to use a simple 2-step process to decide how they will vote, asking themselves if they want change in the state and if they would like a replacement. Hazard Community and Technical College is helping ease the burden of child care from its students who have kids. The college recently announced the Child Care Access Means Parents in School program. It is a 4-year grant worth more than $500,000 from the U.S. Department of Education. Those with the college hope the program keeps students focused on their studies.
So it's vital that we take this barrier away from our students so that they're able to focus on themselves, knowing that their child is in a quality program.
The college has up to 38 child care slot vouchers per semester. You can learn how you can qualify coming up later this evening.
Well, continuing to watch at least some peaks of sunshine out there this afternoon, but for the most of us, overcast continues to be the overriding weather feature in our forecast, and that'll continue for many of us through the night. A look outside right now from the Mountain Parkway at Slade. 56, the current reading there, and clouds, yes, they are in place throughout much of the region. One exception, not in Somerset, where they have seen some sunshine today, though. It helped boosting those temperatures into the mid-60s. How about 66 in Manchester? Very mild conditions. To the north, we're in the low 50s. To the south, we're in the low 50s. But that one strip right across the viewing area, right along Highway 80, Hal Rogers Parkway corridor, is getting into the 60s this afternoon. And yes, that'll continue for many of us as we head through the evening. Already some showers trying to break out across central Kentucky, south central Kentucky. Not quite in our region yet. Lining up along the Mississippi River, though, between Arkansas, Tennessee, and Mississippi. We'll continue to see that. I don't think severe weather is a huge threat for us, but that potential will be there for some gusty thunderstorms by the morning. As we head into tonight, very, very mild for this time of year. Upper 40s to near 50 zone by zone in the Cumberland Valley. Same thing in the Kentucky River Valley. And as we head into the Big Sandy, temperatures finishing in the 40s, a little bit cooler there. But either way, we're all watching the potential for some showers as we head into the morning. Those details are coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. The world's oldest known person has died at a nursing home in southern France. This was Lucille Randon, also known as Nun Sister Andre, last year. She died yesterday at the age of 118. A spokesperson says she was born on February 11th, 1904. Sister Andre dedicated most of her life to religious service. During World War II, she looked after children and also spent 28 years caring for orphans and the elderly at a hospital. The Guinness World Record says Sister Andre was also the oldest nun and oldest COVID-19 survivor. The spokesperson says about her death, quote, "It was her desire to join her beloved brother. For her, it is freedom." While the population here in the United States is showing small signs of growth, China's population has fallen for the first time in 60 years. Experts say the shift could influence the global economy. CBS's Tina Kraus reports.
3-year-old Yan Li gets all his toys to himself as an only child living with his parents in Shanghai. His mother says it's unlikely we'll consider having a second child, and it's not government policy putting me off. I just have high career goals. China's population has fallen for the first time in 6 decades, with the national birth rate hitting a record low at 6.77 births per 1,000 people. China threw out its controversial one-child policy in 2016, allowing married couples to have 2 children. Still, many families decided not to. The government tried to boost the falling birth rate with tax breaks and improved maternal health care. But last year, China's population dropped by about 850,000. India is expected to overtake China this year as the world's most populous country. In the capital, New Delhi, the Khan family is celebrating the birth of their second child, a baby boy.
I feel great about it. Always wanted to have one of each.
Experts worry China's declining population could impact the global economy. It produces so many goods that a shrinking workforce there could lead to price hikes in the U.S. and worldwide. Little Yan's parents say all they're concerned about is giving their only son the best life they can. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Deaths in China also outnumbered births for the first time last year, with the highest death rate since 1976. It's unclear how much of a role COVID played in that. Coming up as First at 4 continues, a key inflation measure released by the Labor Department has some better news involving your grocery cart.
And showers, perhaps some rumbles of thunder heading our way as we head into our Thursday morning. The latest details after this.